for joining us. We had a few tech issues, but we're good now. Welcome to another Friday night Wind Down with LVED, where we discuss a lot of different life topics.
Yes.
Shall we go around and introduce ourselves, say our names, where we're at?
Yeah. Elizabeth, the E of LVED. Maybe we should go like that. Maybe. Lexus?
I think. Was it me next?
Yeah, Lex.
And my name is Lexus. I am the L of LVED.
Hey y'all, I am Vanessa and I am the V of LVED.
Hey.
How you doing?
It gives it that
Okay, it's good.
Bah, bah, boom. Okay.
Ba-ba-boo.
And I am Deja, and I am the D of LVED.
Whoop,
Putting it down. Okay, so ladies, we need to jump right into it for time. So I had a bit of fun, guys, with this topic. Our topic today is body image and dating. So I have 6 questions.
Who answering all of them?
We're not answering all of them. However, what we can do is do 3 questions and we each go around and share from that one for the 3 questions, or we can have our individual questions. Like Lexus can choose a question, you can choose a question, Liz.
Got it.
Vanessa can choose a question, and I'll choose a question. So let me know what you guys feel, how you want to do this.
Whichever one you want. Like, we can free ball it and see where we go.
All right. So
yeah.
I feel like we should do individual questions.
I feel attacked.
If I eat, I'm starving.
No,
go ahead, girl.
Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
All right.
Look at her gold tray.
Go ahead, girl. Eat.
Yo, this is like an ASMR segment now. Okay, so who wants to be the brave soul to choose a number? And I will ask you that question.
What's the number? 1 through what?
1 through 6.
I'm going to choose 5.
5. Okay. All right, you ready?
I'm ready like a bowl of spaghetti.
So your question, Lexus, is what are some tips to having healthy relationships with our bodies?
That's a good one.
Great question.
So I think some healthy tips. First of all, affirmations are always helpful, I think, to reprogram and recondition like the mind. So I'll speak about my own a bit of body image and being like very small and petite. I'm 5'4" and I'm probably like on average I'm between 120 or 125, but you know, I did lose weight, so I'm under. So I would say affirmations. I would also say watching certain videos of people who struggle with body imaging, but they look at it from a more positive outlook, can also be helpful, because it just lets you know that, you know, everybody's going through something and you're not alone in that, you know, battle. I would also say like to write about the story that you deem of your body, like whatever that is for you. Write it out and read it out. You know, like, what is that? Like, what is so wrong with it? You know? Also, if there are certain goals that you want, I think get clear on why you want them.
Right.
You know, if it's for other people, then obviously it's not, there's no integrity there, right? But if it's rooted in like health wise, like I need to lose weight because I don't know, you know, maybe cardiovascular disease. Okay, so I have a goal to lose however much this month. And then you find a way to do that, whether you're going to go to the gym, whether
Right.
you're going to like do kickboxing, yoga, like you find something that fits you. I kind of want to give one more. And I'd say
They said one girl.
oh,
No, one question. What? No, I said some tips. Some tips. Go ahead, finish it. Liz a hater. Liz a hater. It's cool.
Liz said one girl. Listen, I gave 3 tips right there.
All right.
No,
Thank
those
you,
are
Lexus.
good.
Those were really good.
Those were really good.
Love the affirmations. Anybody else have anything they want to just quickly drop in? Anything came up for you around that question?
No.
If not, we can...
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that one is done. Anybody want to go next?
I don't mind going. It's from 1 to 10, right?
No, 1 to 6 and 5.
Girl, you adding more questions to the list? What's going? What girl? Woman.
How many
You said
classes
1
did you have?
to 10.
I will choose number 1.
Okay. Whoa. You ready?
Oh, Lord.
You done did
All
it, girl.
right.
You done did it to yourself.
So in the past, this is a 2-part question. You don't have to answer both, but you can.
Okay.
In the past, how did body image play a role in your dating life? What, and also, what insecurities do or did you have?
So body image for me has nothing to do with dating. I feel like they're like, it's like 2 different like spectrum for me. You get what I mean? So for me, with body image, I would say, I feel like when I was younger, I was always like very toned, like, you get what I mean? Like very athletically built. So there were certain times where I felt like, oh, like I don't look so feminine or whatever. Like it was like, you know, I was very active. Like I ran track in high school. You get what I mean? So that was like my struggle in a way. With dating, I feel like, girl, I like to dress up.
I hear that.
I'm not dressing up for him, if that makes sense. Like, it's more so like, that's just Liz. Like, I love to put on a nice dress and, you know what I mean? And just go. So for me, I feel like they're 2 separate things. I feel like, you know, for me, body image, I'm learning to like, I feel like every stage in my life, you learn to like love certain things about yourself that you used to like be so, what the hell? Like, oh my gosh, like, I wish I had a different arm. I wish I had a different leg. Like, you get what I mean? So for me, I feel like, you know, just being an adult and like just seeing that like, yo, people pay for these calves, okay?
And them lips.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So like, after getting so comfortable, exactly. After getting so comfortable with that, just like, there's certain things that like what I'm nitpicking about someone else want. The minute I got that into my head and like, yo, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, there are people without, this is one thing that always like brings me back to life. It's like, there are people, you know, God created everyone in his own image. And, you know, it's more so like there are people without limbs and like, not to say, you know what I mean? It's not like bad mouthing anyone without limbs, but it's like you have to be thankful for this one body that you have and love it as much as you can. So for me, it's an evolving process. I wouldn't say like, oh my gosh, like I woke up overnight and like, I love every single part of me. You know what I mean? No, it's still, I feel like as you grow, your body acceptance of yourself grows as well. So yeah, I'll end it there.
I agree. I like that,
Yeah.
Lace. That
Yes,
was a
to
great
self
response.
acceptance. Yes. Anybody want to chime in?
No.
All right, Vanessa. Choose the number 1 through 6.
Number. We did 1, 5, and
5.
what? Okay.
We just did 1 and 5.
All right. Number 3.
Ooh. Are there
Lord.
what? Okay. So I'm gonna say ooh for all of them. What are the pieces in your closet or accessories that you own that accentuate your lovable part?
Ooh.
Let me start listing them, girl.
Go ahead, girl.
So the pieces of my closet that accentuate my curves are my lucky handed under girdle. Okay. I am not ashamed to say that I wear a girdle or I wear Spanx or shapewear because listen, honey, all this
Mama
jiggling is not okay. Okay. So you got to keep it intact and put on your nice, shapewear to give you that nice, va-va-voom that you're looking for. Just to make sure everything is in place. There's some dresses that, are a little bit, transparent nowadays. And a mother of 2, you got to keep it together. So, because I'm not going to the doctor anytime soon to get a nip and tuck. So we're going to have to do it like that. So another one that I have is I have this corset belt. It's like a skeleton of a corset. So instead of wearing the girdle undergarment, you can wear it on top. So it still gives you that, nice accentuated waist that you want with some of your clothes. You can bedazzle it with the belt or whatever. But I wear it sometimes on top. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't necessarily go in depth of my arms. I'm trying to get rid of my arms. But
girl, what did you just say?
Listen, I'm going to be honest and transparent. Body image for me in general has really been like a roller coaster ride since I was younger up until now. Even in college, you guys can even attest to that. I would change my clothes in a heartbeat if I feel like my stomach is going left or like my skirt don't fit this way to the right. So it's still a roller coaster motion because I'm a mother of 2, and of course my body is still changing. It's still going back to how it was, and sometimes it's just not going back at all.
So Vanessa, my thing is, I'm not a mother, but I'm going to say, how about we change the narrative of snap back? Let's do it as yo, this is my body and this is I'm going to love this and move it however it goes for me.
Get into that.
You get what I mean? Does that make sense?
You get into that. I was getting to that because now, just this past weekend, I was just loving myself. I was like, wow. I've done well. I have done well. Okay.
Exactly.
I am loving
you birthed 2 human beings.
Trust me.
You birthed 2 humans. 2.
But just to wrap it up, it just goes into all up in here. It's all here. It's all here. At the end of the day, it's all in your head. No one can tell you you don't look good in this. You have to tell yourself you look good in it. So if it's a girdle or whatever you want to put on top of your clothes or under your clothes, you claim it, and that's what you're going to be. That's it. Period.
Okay.
Shay, amen.
On her.
I hear that.
On her.
Okay. All right. So I have to choose now one of the questions.
It's not fair. You're looking at the questions.
I know. Right? All right. So how about one of y'all choose for me?
Okay. I'll choose the number 4.
4. No, we gotta say 4. Sorry, 4. I changed the rule. 4 is gonna be one that we're gonna talk about after my question. So
I bet you it's the dating ones. The dating question.
All right. How about this? Number 2.
2. Yeah.
Number 2. Ooh. How do you love up on your body now? Self-love.
I like that one.
All right. Listen. How do I look? Damn, that's a good one. I didn't ask myself these questions, right? Man.
You done did it to yourself.
I know. I'm thinking. Wow, that's crazy.
We waiting, girl.
Okay.
You want me to go?
No. I got it. So for me, like a major insecurity I had growing up was that I was always the tallest out of like everybody. Like, you know, when there's like you're in middle school and everybody's kind of growing, I was like exponentially taller than all of the guys. Like I was like last in line if it was height order or second to last. And I was like the butt of everybody's jokes in my family. Like they'd be like WNBA, like all of this stuff, all these jokes.
That's a compliment, actually.
I mean, it you know,
but
it
for
is,
a kid.
but at the time, for
Yeah.
an adolescent girl, like I was very, very much awkward about my height because no one was really, you know, I'm 5'9", so no one was really that tall. I mean, at that time I was probably like 5'7". But I realized like the power of a leg and like slits in dresses and like flowy things. Like that's why I love, you know, a part
Dresses.
of our, like how our style is. I really always gravitated, if I like took any of y'all pieces, to like the flowier stuff, the longer skirts, the longer dress. Like I'm wearing a long dress right now and it has like that slit in it where you can see like that leg right there.
Shoulder leg.
That's a killer, you know? So I think it was a lot had to do with reclaiming that. And also just thinking about like, I had a very, very interesting like upbringing in the time of like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like when we were growing up, if you were a Black girl, you had to be super thick. You had to be like video vixen status. That's the only time that like boys would look at you or talk in school and stuff. And here I was like 95 pounds and like 5'7". Super skinny, super just like awkward, right? And I had to learn like how to embrace who I am. Like my mom is very much like model-esque, and it was so crazy because it's like on the flip side, growing up, like a lot of the women who were like into the magazines and stuff, they were idolizing like Eurocentric or European ideal standard of beauty. So it was to be super thin. It was to be, you know, like very long hair, you know, big eyes, like all of the model industry type stuff. But that was for like girls who were white. So it was like I had the body type of like a white girl kind of, but then like had like in the Black community, it was like you had to be super thick, super this, super that, super vicious. I had family members who were always like much more curvier than me, and it would just be like jokes after jokes after jokes. So for me, it's just been a really empowering feeling to like, especially with motherhood, reclaiming my body and just being like, fuck it, you're gonna get what you get. Like this is this is it, like everything. So for me, it's been a journey, and just embracing my legs, embracing like the style that fits me, that accentuates that, and just, you know, continuing to stand tall, like literally.
That's right, girl.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing.
Like it.
That was good. That was good.
That was so good.
Yeah, I like that you reclaimed it. So
yeah, I had to think about that. I was like, dang, I really didn't ask myself these questions. All right, so we technically have 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
We technically have 3 minutes, but we can
trying to cut this short.
We can reclaim, you know, we can set it to however we want. But okay, so the question number 4, right? You can throw this out to everybody, right? Just your thoughts. So what are your thoughts about online dating apps?
A waste of time.
Really? So I want to frame it. So do you think that it's like shallow and there's like less work required to dating and it's like just image swipe, swipe, swipe? Do you think that it actually could be beneficial because it kind of gives you a glimpse of what is out there without having to be physically in a space.
So I'll go. So my experience with dating app, I see the what is it called? The good and the progress that it's made, and like it's like adapting to our modern society of like what dating would look like in the near future. However, for me, I'm more of a human connection. I need to feel your vibe. Like I read too much into text messages. So it's like, if you're saying something, I'm like, is that a tone? You get what I mean? So it's like, for me, it just never worked. However, I've met, like, I wouldn't say amazing people. I've met decent people on there.
Decent.
But
okay.
Let's
but
be
I
nice.
feel like the concept of like having a phone and like judging someone from head to toe by just one picture, it can be detrimental, and you can lose out on someone really, really amazing rather than you actually meeting them in person and like feeling their vibe, hearing their voice. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you see someone can be like, because I never use the word ugly, someone can be less attractive but be this amazing, amazing, amazing human being. But how would you know if you're just swipe, 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 swipe? So for me, it just never, I mean, I still have Hinge. I'm not going to lie. I still have it. But I haven't been
don't say nothing unless we get advertisement for this.
Right, exactly.
We are not being sponsored.
Exactly. We are not, this is not an ad. Yeah, so for me, it's more so like, I would rather meet someone. I love a good bar. I love a good sit down. I love a good, can I get you a drink? I love a good, oh, what are you drinking?
Nice.
Let me top it up for you. Like,
inquiry.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that connection. So yeah, I don't want to ramble on. Someone else, Lexus especially.
Are you calling
I'll go
me
last.
I'm calling you out, Lex.
Damn. No love for me. What was the question again? Can you?
The question were, what are your thoughts on online dating apps?
Yeah.
Wow.
Especially now during COVID. Let me just add that.
So let me just say, it depends on the app, because I think some apps can see me.
Yeah, we can.
I think some apps, for example, like Tinder, I don't know, the quality isn't so great, right? Or it hasn't been great. Like my experience in it in the past, like Hinge, I felt like, I think you guys told me to join Hinge last year, and I felt Hinge was definitely more, I think it had like more professionals on it, you know? It seemed like the men were, I guess, I don't know.
Oh, you cut out a little bit.
You cut out a little bit.
Oh, she's loading now.
Can you see me now?
There she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For lack of better words, it seemed like it was, the men were a little bit more well-rounded. I don't know. But I do find that, like, in my time of using it, I would like, I'm looking at the pictures, I'm looking at the physicality. You know, that's important, right? And I'm reading like what they're saying. If I don't like it, I'm like, no. A lot of the times I'm looking at the physicality.
Thank you.
Because I'm like, look, that's the first thing that catches me, right? And then it goes into conversation. I did have like a lot of hit ups, like a lot of guys hitting me up, and their approach was, some of them just didn't know how to approach, and I get it, because
it's intimidating.
Yeah, it's, you know, and men, I guess they're used to rejection. I don't know. I think I think in the time of like COVID, I think dating apps were very helpful for people to connect, and like men had to get like creative because it wasn't like, oh, let's meet up, more so like, hey, maybe let's FaceTime, or you know, I can send you food, or you know, things like that, which is pretty cool. But I think, I don't know, dating apps are not for me, for sure. Yeah, I've met some people.
Question, do you think it's more so because you have more of an option and it feels like there's too many options, you can't get your head around it, or it's more so you would don't be smiling, you know I'm coming for you. Is it because you have so many options, it just gets so overwhelming, rather than you actually like meeting the person, like that one person in person, rather than like walking into a bar and it's like, here are my options? What is it for you?
Yeah, wait, so you're asking me like, is it because either like there's so many options I can choose from, or what's the other thing?
Feel overwhelmed and it's like, oh, there's too many things to like consider right now. Whereas,
oh no, I'm not overwhelmed. It's options, you know, it's like a buffet. It's a buffet though. Want the chicken
The
leg,
analogy is
crab
killing me.
leg, got the corn.
Got the crab leg.
I'm gonna read some comments really quick just to hear from the people. So I think this is Kyle. I think that's his name. I apologize if it's not. So he says that, along with trying to actually start a vibe and conversation through an app with a person that you don't know nor know of, is hella awkward. It is honestly.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because you can't tell. And I'm like, I assume too much. Like, it's, yeah, I assume too much. Oshun Iyami, she says, I turned off my Hinge over a month ago. Girl, I've turned mine off since I logged on.
Yeah,
breaks are necessary. Breaks are necessary. I'm like, it's a lot coming. It's a lot coming at you fast. Like breaks are necessary. So I'm all for that.
Breaks are necessary.
But are there more comments?
No, that's it.
Okay, yeah. I want to jump in and play devil's advocate though. Like in this modern day, like we're now able, like you can literally move your location and like see where, like drop your location in like London or South Africa or something, and
I've used it
to see who's where. See who's where. So
I've used it.
I just want to open that up. That creates new possibilities. You get some people where people from other places are from. Maybe Lexus, you should get back on and try it.
Yeah, I think if and when we do go to Greece, I think Lex should take advantage, because I have used it in London, and there were a plethora of stuff. There was a platter that I purchased.
Wait, let's. Ness, do you have any thoughts you want to chime in just about the concept of dating apps?
Thank you for tapping my shoulder. Thank you. I am very traditional. I did not give myself a chance to go through this dating app site, y'all. I am brick and mortar.
Yo, that's to say, I am storefront, okay?
I am a storefront. I am a storefront. I am not an online merchandise, so I cannot be shipped to you. So shipping and handling is separate.
Guys, this is just nerd fashion humor.
So yeah, I didn't give myself the chance to go and get involved into like the dating apps because honestly, like Liz, I'm a human to human type of person. Like I really need to feel the energy. Like if we were to like by accident bump each other, I want to know that you bumped me like with some type of like, you know, pizzazz. Like, okay, I bumped her by accident. I want to feel your shoulder. I want to feel you got muscle. I want to put my hand on your chest. Like
feel,
that's
touch,
just how I
scent,
am.
smell. Yes.
Right. You can't smell the screen. You can't, you know.
Well, eventually you meet up.
Yes.
With the
Okay. So eventually,
like, it's
eventually
not
you
gonna
can.
say pen pals. Like
No, honestly, I am very old fashioned to the point where I have a friend who lives in London. To this day, I have not met him in person. We've been pen pals since 2000.
Crazy.
We've been friends since I met these ladies in college in 2011. So you know I'm old fashioned, and we're still close friends. He's actually our producer. Our producer that makes our beats.
Loud.
I have not met him since we spoke to each other, and that's just how traditional I am. But hopefully that day will come where we'll bump heads in London.
So do you know if he has a high pitched voice or a low pitched voice?
Oh no, we FaceTime. We have FaceTime as friends. We FaceTime. We've spoken on the phone, voice notes, all of that. So I know how he sounds and how he looks, but you know. It's not me. It's not me.
You've never even smelt his breath before, Vanessa? Wow.
No, I have not. But he's a good man. I've spoken to his mom before. He's a good person, so you know that's all well rounded. But you know, Ty, yes, I'm not. If I were back in like my other life before being married, I probably would have given myself a chance to go into the dating world and like go into the apps. And I don't know which one is like the best one, top tier, but I think in this day and age, it has forced men to be more creative and has forced them to get away from like trying to hide behind their emotions because they're used to doing things like, you know, oh, let me just confuse her through text rather than like, okay, now I have to like plan a whole agenda of like what we're going to eat on the FaceTime date. And we're going to meet up, where we're going to meet up. So, you know, it's kind of pushing, I guess, the generation into different sectors of like communication and how to be more involved with one another. So had I given myself a chance, I think it would have been like, you know, a little bit of both traditional and then, you know, marketing online. Yeah. So, but y'all, I'm taking, sorry about that. If y'all interested, I'm taking, I'm off the market. Yeah. That's it. It's over.
I hear
it's
you.
It's over now. Okay.
They can still look.
Don't touch me though. Don't touch. Don't touch.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna switch it up and throw one last question out there. And we're gonna move from the dating. But when you think about the fashion industry as it is now, what do you think they need more of?
Plus size.
I think
everything
Speak on it.
Everything plus size. I think they need to normalize what a normal body looks like. Not everybody looks like Victoria's Secret angels or doesn't look, I mean, not to like call anyone out, but like I really feel like because people like Naomi Campbell, Tyra Banks, Tyson Beckford, like just to give a few names of like people with melanin in that industry, just because we have them there, that doesn't mean that their bodies are the atypical body for everyone. So I feel like they need to shine light on, like, you know, people that may not have certain body parts. Like, you know, some women don't have breasts at all. And they're like, you know, they're sitting there, but they're beautiful. They should shine light on them. Some people don't have certain limbs. That's also something that should come up. You know, people have freckles. People have vitiligo. That's not coming into the scene. But it needs to be normalized. Like, these things are coming into our face every single day. And we can't just say, oh, no, you're not fashion forward enough because maybe you need an extra spot of freckle or you need another patch of vitiligo. No, everyone it should be collective together. I'm sorry, but like, I'm getting passionate because it's like there's specific people with these ailments that they choose it should be across the board. Like if you have it, you have it. Come onto our side, and we're gonna shine light on you. Right. It's not about, oh, your vitiligo looks better than hers, so let's pick you. No, it should be across the board. Let's shine light on everyone, because before all of these came into place, were all like pretty much the same color. When you're born, we're all the same color. Right. Until you blossom into whatever God called you to be. So I think everyone that wears a girdle, if you need to wear a girdle, you need to be shined on. If your stomach is on the floor, come on, we love you. Like all of that. To be quite frank with you,
I don't know. Why is Vanessa so funny right now?
No, because
she's preaching though.
It's a very, I'm not trying to be funny, but like the thing about it is that you don't know how to like explain or describe what someone is hiding. So you have to call it out, say it like it is. Right. If you feel like I'm gonna say, oh, my arms are like turkey wings because whenever I say hi, they wave. That's how I express my arms. So if you can't accept my turkey wings, then right. So everyone has a name for a body part that they hide, and I feel like the fashion industry needs to shine light on those type of things that people hide, so that it becomes fashion forward.
Right. That's it. Answer that. Vanessa owns that question. Like, you got it.
Thank you.
She said, anybody else have any thoughts?
Yeah, everything Vanessa said, and just seeing like body imaging also is like skin color, right? So seeing more melanated people, wearing these designs or brands, seeing them in ads, seeing them in fashion shows, like, because it's a predominantly white industry, so it would be ideal to see more melanated people of color, like just bring it all in. It's very it's just tiring to see, it, like, we know systemic racism and all of those things, like white supremacy, how it impacts institutions, and it's just like, oh my God, like, we know what it is, and it's just exhausting to keep seeing it, and especially in our day and age, things have changed a lot with our generation and the generation behind us. So I'm looking for more people of color in these shows, and their fashion brand like us. So yeah.
Plug.
Shameless plug.
I agree with that as well.
Drop that in there real quick.
That's an ad.
Yeah, seriously, I think both of you ladies like covered pretty much everything. More people of color, like, and when I mean people of color, I mean Asian, like anything that's not predominantly white. Just show everyone. Just show everyone else. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and show every type of people, like people with, like Vanessa said, like people with disabilities, like people, like just a spectrum, because we're not just like one cardboard. We're not just one, what is it called? Is it mannequin? Yeah, there we go. We're not, you know what I mean? There's a platter of us. So I think, show more of everyone.
Yeah. I mean, you all said my heart, and I just want to add also, like, age, representation of age is really like important. I love seeing the models. Like, there's this one model for Rihanna, and also in Black is King with Beyonce, there was this older fitness model, and I love seeing the gray hair. I love seeing like just the raw, like, embracing of self-love, just the flawlessness. It's just grace, like amazing. So I love to see that. I'd love to see things that are not so polished, like
yes,
rawness, like the reality, the vulnerability, the truth of who is in the world, because who they're showing is like 0.1% of who is actually living in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet they're setting the tone. That's why, you know, when we go back to our home countries, just to bring this in, when we go back to our home countries, we have like bleaching cream ads and perms and all of these things. And it's like, that's all to promote getting closer to this ideal sense of Eurocentric white beauty.
Right.
So it's time to end all that. Like, we need more representation, whether it's size, whether it's shape, age, hair texture, skin color, everything. Everybody needs to be represented. So
I agree.
Yeah, me
I
too.
agree with that. Yeah.
yeah. And that's what we're gonna do. Another shameless plug.
That's an
Well,
ad.
ladies,
Just
it's
drop
been
that
real.
in there.
It's been real. Anybody have any closing thoughts or feelings that they want to share? Any advice?
Always accept yourself no matter what page you are on in your book. Don't let anyone write your story for you because you are holding the pen. And always be able to smile through it all. You don't have to read your book to anyone. You just have to read it to yourself and alter the pages. That's all.
Heard you,
Yeah.
sir.
I would say understand that you are the grand prize, okay?
Ooh.
You're the grand prize. You do not settle. You state what you need, and that's that. Whoever doesn't like it, you are not equipped to fit. Bye. So yeah, take that on, ladies. And yes, love yourself, love your body, embrace it. It's fine.
And I'm gonna touch on, just to expand on the age. I feel like, you know, we always forget the little us and like how that little us feel. So I would say, like, you know, to anyone that's like watching this in the future, or like no matter what age you are, just know that you're going to grow with yourself, you're going to expand, you're going to evolve. All of what you're feeling, it's not, I wouldn't say it's not new, but I would say it is a learning process, because if you didn't go through those experiences, you wouldn't learn how valuable that part of your body is, and that you so-called like hate so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think, like, you know, it's one of those things that we all have insecurities. Like, no, even the quote unquote the most beautiful of them all in the country still has that one thing that he or she don't necessarily fancy about themselves. So I would say just continue to love yourself. Don't nitpick at yourself. Block out negative thoughts from people and yourself, because sometimes one person might say something, but we expand on it. So I would say, yeah, that's it.
That's beautiful. And I just want to add, to always surround yourself with self-love community. A community of women, friends, whoever it is. Make sure that you are surrounding yourself, because there are times where it gets dark and you fall hard on yourself and you beat yourself up. And it's important to lean on people who can see the truth and see the reality of who you are and your fullness. And they need to come in and remind you. And you don't want anybody in your circle that's doubting you, that's negative, that's just bringing that kind of vibe. You want people that'll uplift you and empower you always. And I'm fortunate that these 3 women on the call with me are my self-love community, and we are continuing to move into other things and fulfill our dreams together, and that's a beautiful thing. So
that's right.
Okay.
I love you, ladies, so much.
Love you too, babe.
So
I wanna, yeah, it was. So I want us to say our saying.
Okay.
You know, to close us out in unison.
Yeah.
You know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Be
the
the woman
who
who
lives.
lives.
Bow.
Yes. Mwah. Love
Bow.
you
Love
guys.
you.
This was amazing. Thank you so much all for joining. Really
Yes, thank you for joining.
Thank you,
For your
thank you
comments
for the
and input.
comments, everyone. We
Take the
appreciate
screenshot.
it.
trial for our little thing. Got it.
That's our
Bye,
cover
ladies.
photo, guys. We had to.
Yeah, seriously. See you on FaceTime.
All right. See y'all. Love y'all.
Love you. Bye.